You getting all the tools and shit? Alright, nah, you good. So we got a, what is these motherfuckers? We got a 12, a 14, and a 17. We have an extension, which will be used for this right here. We have another extension, which will be used for this one. And then we have, again, a 12, a 17, and a 14 for all these various bolts right here. And what we're about to do is take the transmission apart and inspect it. So we're going to be inspecting the synchros, we're going to be inspecting the gears, and we're going to see if there's any metal shavings in here. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove this. All the 12s right here. And then you want to get these ones off right here, these 12s. There's a ball and spring inside of here. Make sure get that washer. See that spring right there? So there's a ball in there too. We'll get that out in a second. There's the same thing for this one right here. And you want to make sure you take these out accordingly and properly, because if you try to pull the casing off with this spring up in here, what you're going to do is you're going to damage the spring right here. And it's not going to seat right. So tilt it, you got your 2 nuts right there. Put those inside my metal jar. Get this last one off. There is a clip in here that you want to take out with a needle nose pliers. I didn't even say the needle nose pliers up in there, but okay, we gotta get that out. All right, so with the casing, we're just gonna tap lightly right here. This one has new RTV on it. I just don't trust the people I bought it from. And plus, you always want to inspect things yourself, so we're gonna take a look at it ourselves. You don't want to damage this casing, so be careful when you pry on it. See, barely pried on it with a pry bar. If you use a screwdriver, you can break your fucking screwdrivers. So use the proper tools, all right? So that side is free. So that's a nice area right here to pry on, because you could actually wedge something right up inside of there. And again, you can see it's we got it free, so I'm gonna show you guys one more time. Pry bar right up in there. Got that all free. Then we're gonna go back to this side real quick. This side's starting to free up. And you notice I'm using a rubber mallet. You do not want to hit this with a traditional steel hammer. You'll definitely damage something. So from there, there's one other little side I'm filling over here. So we got it loose now. Slide it off. There we go. So the casing's off. We're gonna come down here. There's a tray that picks up any shavings. This one's clean. Like I said, it was inspected before I picked it up, but just wanted to check it out myself. Now we're here to look at the synchros and the gears. Some little shavings I see here and there, but I don't see anything major. All the gears look clean. They're still beveled like they should. They're not shaved down. Doesn't seem to have any grinding. This is the gear selector. That's how you actually switch gears in the transmission. So honestly guys, everything looks good over here. So I think what we're gonna do is just go ahead and put it back together. Reseal it, of course. So you're gonna clean this up right here. All the RTV off of it. Reseal it. And put some Honda fluid up in here. Some Honda manual transmission fluid. And then when you're cleaning this up, you wanna go ahead and use a razor blade. You see how it's just cleaning all that up right there. So first we're gonna razor blade it. Make sure you're not flinging shit up inside of there. Like they put way too much, whoever did it previously, so I'm gonna take all that shit out. I don't want none of this up in there. I'll probably honestly use like a little brush it out too. I want none of that up in my gears. So I'm gonna do this in a two-part segment, but what's gonna go down now is, since we got this fixed right here, we got it back welded up because it came broken. So before we put this back together, we got all the gaskets clean, everything we need cleaned off of it. This has been in a sealed container right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and blow out everything with air here. So I'm gonna clean all this shit off, blow everything out with air. Same thing for the casing. I wanna get, cause there's all this little shit on there, you know? Like little gritty ass shit, and I don't want that in the transmission. Like, you don't want anything gritty inside your transmission. So with this casing, there's little metallic flakes and shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pressure wash this casing. I'm gonna degrease it, pressure wash it, repair it in an environment to where there's minimal dust. With shit like this inside a closed case with fluid, you want to make sure that there's nothing getting in here but what should be in here, which is gears and fluid. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and clean the fuck out of this. We're gonna clean the fuck. It'll be on the next one. We got this to where we want it, got it back in our hands, we inspected everything, all the gears look good, everything looks good. So now we're at the point of reassembling, and we are not going to reassemble it until we're in the proper environment to do so, to create the best outcome possible and the best situation possible, so we can have this and enjoy it for a long time to come. So alright, I'll see you guys later.